Okay.
Well, I wasn't there for the whole thing.
Restarted.
Ah.
So, welcome back, everyone, to Pokemon Tabletop United 8/7/2024. This is session 5. We're at the River of Rage. We're going to have one of our players do a little recap for us, so I can continue prepping in the background while it happens, because my internet's been on and off all day, so.
I don't think I was here for last session.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, I didn't miss one. Okay.
So basically, we're gonna have a sleepover.
Mercy.
Oh no.
Yeah, we found ourselves a
Contain it.
teenager girl. She's obviously our idol now. We have to worship the ground she walks on.
Follow her.
She's not even a Pokemon trainer, so like, I don't know about that.
She has a hoot
She
hoot.
has a hoot hoot.
She's not a
Never mind.
She's not a trainer, though. Right? It's a slightly different profession.
She's not in the league. Okay, she's not cool like that.
She's not a competitive Pokemon trainer. She has a Pokemon, right? But not all Pokemon owners are Pokemon trainers, right? Lots of people have Pokemon. It's like the difference between, a dog breeder and a dog trainer and someone who owns a dog as a pet.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
We're legit.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, so basically we came up to this like waterfall place. It was pretty cool, and Vigo was like, "Bro, I'm trying to fish right now because I'm trying to get some relics off of the floor of the ocean." But then they were like, "Hold up now, son. There's some dangerous Pokemon out in them waters." And he was trying to fish anyways. But then they were fishing in the wrong spot because they weren't listening closely enough, I guess.
Exactly.
So we're gonna have to go down the hill to go actually fishing because we might have a better shot, but we also might just get attacked by terrible Pokemon. But then we just kind of threw some bones at a war monument and talked to this old man and this chick, and he was dwelling on the war, I guess. And this chick was just like, "Hi, sorry about my grandpa." And I don't know if it was her grandpa. I'm really just spitballing here.
It's the grandpa.
And then we found this creepy guy that was like, "Hey, you want some candy?" And we went over to his van, and he was selling things. But we didn't want to pay him because we assumed that he was just going to give it to us for free at the exchange of kidnapping us. But he wasn't interested in that. So we didn't end up buying anything. And then I think there might be one of the depressed lady who didn't really seem that enthused about selling things to us because she just didn't expect us to buy anything.
20-year-old.
Yeah. And we also learned that breaking and entering is not acceptable in this universe. So don't go into people's houses and steal things. This has been a PSA.
Yeah. Well, my headcanon is that breaking and entering is not acceptable in any universe, except, these other regions, they have the infrastructure and the understanding that if a Pokemon trainer waddles into your house, give them food and don't shoot them. not so much in this region, I guess.
Yeah, here in the South, we do shoot people that just break into our house.
In the South. All right.
Stop or I'll shoot.
Okay, that was pretty good. So I'll fill in some things here. So looking at the recording here, so I'll zoom in a little bit for the recording and ping. So there is a couple of names here. So the young girl, young teenager, probably 14. It's Naima, and her grandfather is Hanako. You don't really know what their role is. They appear to live here, which is rather interesting, unusual. There's not that many people that live at Rage Falls. And there appears to be a bunch of different trade stalls set up. You met this redhead over here who's selling berries and that kind of thing. It doesn't appear to be particularly busy time of the year for Rage Falls, but you were told that some other Pokemon trainers came by here earlier. So it seems like somebody's ahead of you, considering you
we were the first.
spent a bit of time in Cirrus. So looks like somebody might have might have routed off from Professor Evergreen's lab and then went straight down. So, that's about it. I'll keep it pretty light and chill. Just kind of do what you want, and we'll do some fun role play. Might get to some more action if you guys start to do some risky things, but in general, this isn't really designed to be like a particularly terrifying area until it's Magikarp season.
Oh, true.
Even still, I hope it's not gonna evolve into that because this map takes way too long to load.
Yeah. It'll take even longer to
Sorry?
load next time.
No.
I expect to see at least 400 Magikarp sprite.
Yeah, exactly.
Please, no.
Let's see if we can break everybody's computers.
Yeah. So I've been replaying Pokemon Ruby, and I know Mako has been like, I do still want a Gyarados. I've forgotten exactly the niche he occupies. It's going to be interesting having him on the team.
Gyarados?
I don't know if he'll stay on my gym team.
Yeah.
I forgot he was a physical attacker.
Yep. Physical
with,
water
like, most of the
attacker.
special moves.
Intimidate. No, he's got some.
Intimidate is great.
He's
though,
got
yeah.
some good physical. Waterfall.
And
I mean,
he looks cool.
honestly-
he can't learn fly. Isn't he water flying type?
yup.
Yes.
Psyduck?
I'm
That is
so angry.
no, Gyarados.
No,
Gyarados.
Gyarados.
Psyduck? Question mark? Question mark?
Psyduck can't fly. What is this?
Rises through the air.
Quickly, my glorious mount, ascend. Sigh.
You are a mallard, are you not? Take it to the heavens, you bird.
All right. Well, let it begin. Whatever you guys would like to do here.
So, tell us all that is before us so that we know what to explore, dearest DM.
Sure. So you have this food cart that you guys just went to, and you have I believe I posted a list of things you can buy from there. One of those things is leftovers, which would be a pretty powerful item. Again, that's kind of a one-off item in this game, but it's still very powerful, and it stacks with other held items. There's a stand down here, and there's a stand down here next to what appears to be kind of like a couple of large baskets full of like Pokeballs and what looks to be Pokemon related merchandise.
Ammo.
Couple houses up here. Ammo. You didn't really talk to the fisherman. I don't know how much he would want to talk to you. There's this sign right here. There's the memorial.
Oh, me and
That's
Vigo went over
right,
to
I
the
There's-
fisherman.
remember.
There's this
We did watch him
shrine.
being a scumbag.
The shrine at the entrance
So-
back here, and then of course there's downstairs. If you want to go all the way down, check out kind of the lower banks.
In last session, we had that whole sudden interview with the city's news station.
Yeah, you're thinking of
Yeah.
you're thinking of Goldenrod news
Yeah,
or something
and-
to that effect. I'll look it up.
Right, yeah, the Goldenrod News. Yeah, and Elaine was just like the face of the party because everyone was socially awkward.
Mhm.
And I
but to be
remember
fair-
you had made this place very esoteric, and I felt a little hesitant, sort of like putting my nose and everything because I felt like I had already taken enough attention. But now I want to full blown use all my esoteric because guess what?
Hmm.
My occult education is at a 4.
It's pretty good.
Nice.
That's crazy.
You are like you're from this very spiritual kind of village, so it makes a lot of sense. All right. Well, if you want to head up investigative operations, feel free.
I will investigate this shrine and its significance spiritually.
I will go with, actually, and attack the problem from a Poke education perspective.
Didn't
if
we do this
possible.
last session?
Yeah, we did.
Am I tripping?
No.
Except
So
your rolls were really low.
Ray. So
Okay.
so Miss Sage is coming in to try and give it her best shot here.
New session, new roles. All right, we can redo anything as long as we take a break of a session in between.
That's right.
That's how it works.
Yeah. So I would generally say that, you know, more than one or two like tries for different people is something we'll try to keep to a minimum. But like I think because this is sort of Elaine's area of expertise, she can have a shot at it. All right. Well, want you to
Proficient.
let me hop over to Roll20 so I can see what's going on.
You're not
Oh,
a
Caleb,
no.
do you actually own a Grubbin?
Me in real life? I don't,
No,
unfortunately.
Caleb.
Or like in the game, yeah.
No,
I just
in real
noticed
life.
Your like your status or whatever that you're Grubbin in Discord.
Yep, I literally saw that last week and I thought it was the best, so I've been doing it every
was-
time we play.
It is very cute.
It's meant to be.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me. You can roll me your choice of occult or general education. This is actually pretty competitive for you, Elaine. Slightly better occult looks like. They'll get slightly different results.
What am I doing?
You're investigating the shrine, so you're gonna roll me a general or an occult education check.
I have rolled occult already.
Oh, you have.
Roll for cult knowledge.
I rolled a 13.
That's pretty good.
Kind of a lot.
Let me double check the DC for this real quick. You definitely did better than everybody else. Yep, okay. So, Elaine, you determined the shrine is created to honor a couple different things. So first off, you recognize the type of shrine this is. This is a restless spirit shrine, I guess, if I'm not going to use the Shintoistic terms. This is basically here to make sure that any possible bad vuju that may have originated from a traumatic event in this locale isn't coming back to bite anybody, because this is Pokemon. Ghosts exist, and not just ghost Pokemon. The supernatural is very much a real thing that people are aware of and acknowledge, and have occupations to try and counteract and deal with.
Right.
So there's that aspect to it. You don't know what event, though from what you can guess from kind of what you've overheard from Hanako speaking, there was a big battle here at one point in the previous Pokemon War, which was about 20 years ago, something like that. And ever since then, there's been big rebuilding efforts. Rage Falls has definitely seen lots of military campaigns up and down its banks. After all, this is sort of... I'm not going to bring up the map because it'll break everybody's Roll20, but there's very much kind of this choke point north to south for Animos, right? So if you come up from the south, from Johto or Kanto, then you have to kind of go up next to the River of Rage. And it's a relatively like kind of narrow causeway that has been defended. So this whole Route 1 area that you guys are on is filled with storied battlefields. So who knows what this is really for? However, with your 13 in occult education, there's the other aspect I mentioned, which is there is that interesting iconography. And if you check your handouts, let me pull it up. It is that iconography. It's actually the first thing posted in the handouts channel if you want to check it out. It looks like some kind.
handouts.
It looks
I
like
thought you meant in Roll20.
no,
Yeah, I
no.
was looking in there.
It looks like some kind of bird that's on fire. It has some interesting maybe arrows or something grasped in its talons. It's kind of primitive looking. Just kind of imagine this image carved into this beautiful kind of red mahogany wood. So yeah, it's interesting. So you get the impression this could be a Pokemon, as many things are in this world. This could be some kind of guardian spirit or iconography people are using to kind of help rest the spirits of the deceased. Though this doesn't appear to be a particularly I don't know. You don't get chill vibes from this image. You get you get impressions of like chaos and war. Like this is not something that you feel like you would place on something to necessarily put things to rest and leave it be. This is like,
oh, it's almost like a war totem or something.
yeah, it kind of reminds you of a coat of arms, actually, which might actually be the origin of this if this shrine was made by previous veterans of the Pokemon War.
So what I'm understanding is that this shrine is supposed to just keep the bad spirits out. It's not sealing them away or anything like that.
It's still somewhat functional, and as long as like incense is kind of being burned here, the bad voodoo should chill. It's just there's this interesting duplicity to the function of the shrine.
So question.
Yeah.
Is the bad juju so strong that there isn't something like a ceremonial dance to purify the land that's been performed? Has something not like that not been achieved, or is it just not? It just wouldn't be practical because the bad juju is so bad here.
That's totally something that could work, and normally things like that are performed on like an annual or biannual basis, often on kind of like the anniversary of whatever event took place.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see a place for that, but you know it could be just like a temporary, like almost think like like a circle of torches erected in an open area somewhere close by. That's all you would really need, and then some incense and some cool dancing, and you get some pretty chill vibes from that. Yeah, this is raising a few questions for you, Elaine. It's not really clear what this iconography is. And of course, there's like the memorial over there that's, to everybody who has seen Pokemon is aware of this statue looks like Lugia. But
Does
you
she know that it's Lugia?
you don't without a check, no.
Okay. May I roll a check?
Yeah, you can waddle over there if you like. Do you want to communicate any of this to your friends, what you've discovered so far?
I don't even know if they're interested.
You have Mako standing over your shoulder, although he's not actually there in terms of his token.
Right. Okay. So if Mako is with me, then sure, you would probably
Yeah.
hear her.
This is actually just Psyduck.
What?
Yeah, you're
Right.
Yeah.
Your Psyduck token is weird.
Yeah, he's holding Psyduck
yeah.
in front of him under his arms, and Psyduck is striking this
'cause he's
very
trying to-
this very formidable
He's trying to
pose.
jump on the sewer slide.
Yeah.
But yeah. So if Mako's nearby, because I imagine Amber is probably still eyeballing the food because she's very food motivated.
What?
And Vigo is probably doing his best to see if he can't make a big dent with his forehead on the truck. So, yeah, if the only other person who's with her is Mako, like showing at least the vaguest hint of interest, she would probably be muttering, under her breath, being like, "Oh, fascinating. This is like a ward. It keeps all the
Lord.
evil spirits away, and maybe they do some like a ceremonial dance, but I'm not really seeing any signs where they would do that. But yeah, this is supposed to keep all the bad spirits away. And look at the symbol. Look how cool that is.
Ooh.
Like it's a Pokemon, but it's also like a coat of arms.
Can I roll Pokemon's education to see if I recognize any kind of historical?
What's your
significances?
what's your Pokemon educated ranked at?
It's 4, so it's maybe adept, which is the
If you have a 4, you got a chance. Roll well.
adept, yeah. All right, cool.
Winnable?
Hey, max
Hey.
roll.
Sheesh.
Nice roll.
Not a max roll. It is good though.
Is it? I thought the
No,
green border. meant
nah.
this.
You rolled a
It means you crit on one of
six on one of your 4.
them. The other are 3.
Started well though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's good.
Yeah,
Um,
really good.
Yeah, Mako, you're as a kid, you grew up in a pretty well-off area, and you streamed, Kanto, Johto Television, and you knew the Poke Rap by heart, and
Good to see that it's canon.
yeah, and
No.
even though that was just Kanto Pokemon, you've always really prided yourself on a fairly encyclopedic knowledge of known species. And this isn't springing to mind. This is definitely in the realm of like, if this exists, it probably hasn't existed for a long time or hasn't been seen in a long time. You don't recognize it.
I'll just kind of marvel with Elaine. She's like, yeah, that sure is pretty. Doesn't ring any bells for me.
You're gonna see Elaine like hammer space, pull out a journal, and start doodling like
Yeah, totally.
really roughly the image of this thing.
Yeah.
It's not a pretty sight, but she's
Yeah.
gonna do her best.
Yeah, it was a fairly simplistic image already, so totally.
Mako will like take out his phone and click a picture of it.
just totally just spites all of her effort.
Us tackles over here.
That's so mean.
What's really
Welcome to the
funny
21st century.
Yeah,
is that
seriously.
One of Elaine's pathetic skills is technology education.
Oh yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah,
That's
so
my other adept.
she lives in a fairly antiquated kind of village off in the boonies. Doesn't really.
That's
Yeah.
so
like You
funny.
pull out this phone and you just hear she hears this click.
The
She just
duality of man.
Yeah, seriously.
flinches. She does
The
this
yin and
flinch
yang.
and then she's just like, "Whoa, what was that?"
What is this?
It's
Alien
the newest
technology.
Pokephone. It's got all of 3 megapixels.
3
What?
megapixels?
And she's like smashing her cheek against yours, trying to look at this phone like her eyes are glittering. She's never seen something so phenomenal and fantastical in her life.
Mako will do what I, Isaac Wright, have done many times in my life, which is attempt to sell someone on something that I have purchased, as if my job depends on it. This is really cool. You would like it. You should buy one.
How much was it?
Oh, it was so much money. I don't remember.
Oh man.
I think Big Sis gave me her old one.
Yeah, that's absolutely what happened.
Was I?
But it was top of the line when she got it.
Yeah, Miss Electric Gem Leader definitely would have the best phone.
Oh yeah. True
That's fact.
that.
Is it okay if I see it? Can I see it?
Yeah, just don't drop it.
Yeah, you have an old version of
She like holds it in her hands like it's the most sacred thing.
Flappy Pidgey on there. And just
She starts to like twirl with it up high in her hands, like above her head, and she's like, "It's so light and pretty."
sure.
I'm working on making Flappy Pidgey, but ray traced, but I haven't gotten there yet.
Ray trace.
There's a video about that. Someone made a ray traced
Mercy.
Flappy Birds.
That's funny.
That's so absurd.
She starts
Okay,
going
sure.
around the whole shrine, starts snapping pictures like fanatic.
It's like,
Yeah, I
like
want you
up the
to,
nose, just
I want you
bit
to-
of the forehead.
Elena. I want you to roll me an acrobatics check.
Who, me?
Yeah,
And acrobatics? Oh no.
If
I know.
anybody wanted
it's
to,
not great.
if
I'm
anybody
actually
wanted to
apathetic in
sponsor our
acrobatics.
TTRPG, then this would be a great place for an ad read.
Yeah,
I mean, these are going up on YouTube. We could monetize it in like 5
Well, if-
years. So
if it's
Yeah,
electricity,
but
we
that's
know it's not
definitely the
iPhones.
intent, right?
Yeah. Well, once I
Yeah.
hit 4,000 hours of RPG sessions.
so acrobatics. So TTU doesn't really
Oh,
have
no.
an exact equivalent to like coordination, hand-eye coordination, motorics, that kind of thing. So I just use acrobatics.
Oh, bad.
The phone slips out of your hand.
Can I attempt to dive for it?
Yeah, I want you to roll me an acrobatics. You've never,
Oh, I am pathetic.
you've
at
never
it as
witnessed,
well.
oh no, you've never witnessed something that is simultaneously so stimulating and so slippery to maintain. The phone lands on the dirt path Thankfully, it's not like concrete, but it cracks against kind of exposed stone, and you pick it up, and yeah, the screen is now a spider web.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm just gonna like stare down at it, hands slightly shaking.
Oh no!
Side duck, just like over one,
Sorry.
like underneath one arm. I'm just gonna look back up and be like, it's okay. I guess this is my punishment for killing that. Was it a Pidgey? No, a Spearow.
Killing
Probably my
this.
punishment for killing the Spearow and the bug. I can't remember what it was. And he's just gonna like walk away dejectedly.
Oh, so sad.
I wanna share with you all that I stepped away for just a minute to find something to snack on. And as I stepped away, I heard Christine say that technology was one of her poor skills. And then a moment later, I heard that acrobatics was one of her poor skills. And I was like, I'm going to walk back, and the first thing I'm going to hear is that she dropped the phone and cracked the screen. And I sit down, and I hear Austin explaining how the phone hit a rock and cracked the screen.
Lovely.
Sherlock Holmes, everyone.
Yeah,
Round of
Yeah,
applause.
you're
yes.
so good at your job.
Storytelling, storytelling at its finest.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
Yes, a Chekhov's gun.
Mm-hmm. Chekhov's
Yes.
phone.
You have
Chekhov's
5 seconds after it's introduced. There we go.
Yeah, that works in storytelling, right? All
I
right.
think so, yeah.
So you see like this really sort of almost pathetic version of Elaine where she's like reaching out to Mako's dejected figure walking away from her. Like, wait, I'm sorry. So she just sort of flumps.
Yeah.
Scuffs her feet over
Yeah.
to where Amber is, and she's just like, I think I ruined it. I ruined everything. It's all over.
Yeah, and I'm
You killed the spirit within the phone.
yeah, Naima kind
The screen
of
is the eye to the soul.
walks over and pats your back a little bit. Don't worry about it. It happens to everybody.
Amber has no idea how to comfort you, so
Old man Hanako over there. I remember when I dropped a live shell.
Whoa, hardcore.
It didn't go off.
that's why he still has his legs, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And she just lets out this wail, like, wah!
Okay. All right. So moving on. We'll say 5 minutes goes by, and the wailing has subsided somewhat. Where are you guys going next?
I want to go down into the little park area.
All right. Vigo is embarking on his Pokemon journey.
I'm gonna follow Vigo actually because I want to go back down to the.
You need something to take your mind off of the phone.
Yes, exactly. I have Gyarados to get my anger out on.
Oh, I'm just being abandoned by the whole party. Okay.
As
Well, you
you
did break a phone, so
as you
it's been
walk
proven that you're a
by,
liability, so
you see a very sporty-looking young man, probably 18 or 19, manning this booth right here. He kind of sits upright slightly when he sees you guys walk by, and he scrambles to flip up a sign that says "Pokemon Trainers Welcome." New league prices here. Get the best in stock. As you guys just run past.
I'll come back to
the
this
bargain.
after.
Yeah, we sense a bargain. We'll come back.
If I notice. Well, you see, the sign will be up when I'm coming back, so
That's
way,
so
that way
funny.
I'm more likely to notice it.
Yeah, you guys do like a double take, and he's leaning over the counter and just like trying to catch a view of you guys as you run past. Yeah, you run back. He introduces himself as Jace. Jace is an aspiring gym trainer over there in Cirrus, and he wanted to get a little bit of experience catering to Pokemon trainers. So he informs you that he has some contextually applicable Pokeballs for a little bit cheaper than you get them at store price. If you guys have some money to spend,
we are doubling back before we.
it sounds like you
head
are,
downwards.
unless
okay.
unless you've decided
We
not
can do
to.
that. I mean,
Mako likes his discounted Pokeballs.
Sure. Let me go and find these really quick.
Where are you going? Oh, there you go.
Checks pockets again because I've already forgotten how much money I had, despite pulling it out approximately 6 minutes ago.
That would be it's a good thing to remember how much money you have.
Yeah. No, I remember how much money I have. Vigo doesn't.
Oh, I see.
I know how much money I have. I will start remembering the prices for Pokeballs around the time that I can craft them myself. When I don't need the information anymore.
I know how much money I have, but I also know how how many eggs I put into the food basket. So there was not a lot of restraint there, frankly.
Vigo has $1.20.
Okay. He informs you. Where is the price on this? Are they all worth the same? 800. Got it. Okay, yeah, sure. So for special balls, it's 800. He is selling. He's selling net balls. And quick balls.
Ooh.
Oh, that's crazy. That's meta right there.
Especially with Mako's particular set of skills.
Imagine how fast you can throw that ball at a Spearow and knock them out.
Works like a Master Ball because he just initiates combat by throwing it.
If you throw the Master Ball, it instantly faints anything you hit with it.
So quick balls work a little bit different here. So I'll read you these. So it's for net balls, it's a -20 modifier if the target is water or bug type. For quick balls, it's +5 to modifier after. So first off, it's -20. It's just a flat decrease, and remember remember decrease is better. You want the lowest number imaginable. It's a flat decrease of -20, and then every round after that it goes up by +5. So +5 after round 1, and then actually +10 to modifier after round 2, and then +20 to modifier after round 3. And so it's still slightly better 2 rounds in, but every round after it's worse than a normal Pokeball.
And they're each selling for 800?
No, so 800 is the base price. These are being sold for 700 each.
Oh.
Oh.
I have $1.40.
$1.40.
Yeah, same. I've got $1.20 in my pocket, crumpled up Pokédollars.
Alas.
Yeah. Upon seeing the price, Vigo dejectedly walks away.
Yeah.
Understanding that these people do not value a Rattata skeleton, and I will not be able to bargain with or
Are there no
barter
basic
with
balls?
them.
He's selling specialty
No?
balls. Here.
So there's no basic balls here.
No basic balls.
Okay, yeah.
Jace he's a new entrepreneur. He's a young man. He assumes this is what the trainers want. They want the most effective tool. He hasn't really given much thought to base investment value and budget. Yeah.
Before running off to follow Vigo, I will say, if we can find enough money before we leave, I'll come back.
He's like, all right, buddy. I'll see you later. He kind of keeps a false smile as you walk away, and then looks down dejectedly. Like,
Amber,
what have I done with my life?
Will waddle up to the booth,
Okay.
and she will set her backpack down on the ground and say, "I will trade you 4 candy bars for 1 netball. What do you think about that? They're pretty good. I've had a lot."
All right. What is the monetary value of a candy bar? It's like 50, right? 75.
I wouldn't.
How much has Elaine manufactured them for?
I mean, technically they're worth $50, but it's all in the eye of the beholder. Really, it is really.
Candy bars are worth 75.
They are
now,
priceless.
Priceless.
They are priceless.
But with the
Truly.
chef,
They provide sustenance,
All right.
human life. Pokemon are a luxury.
All right.
it brings it down to 50 instead of 75.
All right, adorable insect child. Go and roll me a charm check.
Oh, I suck at this.
She's not very charming.
Help me riz him up, Elaine.
Yes, help the child rizz up the adult.
Pretty much.
Hey, that's pretty good. For you're only 2d6.
Yeah,
For an
it's
8-year-old.
above average for
Technically
you.
Above average.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks like he's just like he's obviously very depressed that this is apparently his clientele. And he says, "Tell you what, if you give me the candy bars, I'll knock half off one."
So it'd be 350 instead.
350 for one netball, since that's what Ambrose wanting. Yeah.
Deal.
All right.
And then she sticks out her hand and points it way up in the sky so that she can actually reach the other individual.
Yeah, totally. You you reach over the counter and place the candy bars and loose change on the counter.
Oh, I meant to try and shake his hand.
Oh,
This
oh.
is some real.
Oh, gotcha.
This is some real businessmen. You know.
Yeah, sure.
It's going down right now.
He mistakes what you're doing. He's like, oh, I understand. Okay, yeah. He grabs your hand. Nice to meet you, Jace. Hope to have your patronage again in the future.
Question mark?
I don't have a patron, but
Sonic.
I'm gonna leave now. Thanks. And she grabs the ball
Okay.
and scurries off.
All right, you gave him the money, right?
Because she has no idea what a patron is.
All right.
Now, to be clear, do you actually have 350 Poké Dollars, or are
I
you-
do, yeah. No, I
Okay.
spent them.
Yeah.
I had 720, in fact. I'm rich.
Ah, you
Nice.
could have straight
Given
up
the
paid
way
for an
you
apple.
have been talking, I wondered if you were trying to like pull sleight of hand on this guy, since I didn't try to.
No, I'm not trying to get into trouble. I gotta stay underground, otherwise I'll be. Anyways, that's
Yeah, fair
backstory.
All right,
I
let's.
can't go back to jail.
Yeah. You can't take me back to juvie. I won't let you. All right.
It's like I'm like that guy from Monsters Inc. That's like or Monsters
can't go back to jail.
University. Yeah, and he like scampers across the rooftop.
Think about that very much.
Ah.
All right.
Anyways.
You descend the great stairs. Should get some. I guess
Hang on, I got little legs.
All right. That's okay. There we go.
Oh, how steep are these steps?
There's only one way to go downstairs that are this long, which is with your rump.
Yeah, well, I'm considering my methods of going down.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, is this like a? I have to put like both feet on the stair before I progress to the next stair.
This
'Cause
is.
I'm not very tall, frankly.
Yeah. So these are very well cut. It's not a mountain path, but they are pretty. They're pretty steep in places. There is you're basically. This is a substitute for like a rope ladder or something. It's barely better. Thankfully, there's handrails, kind of nice wooden things on either side. Yeah.
I was like, is there safety to these?
Yeah, I mean, there's old people through here, and they occasionally must ascend or descend, and when they do, it is a life-changing event, but they don't die.
I imagine it's life changing because they can't go back up.
Yeah, and once you, it's like
Look at all the old people.
it's like Maiden Abyss. Once you go into the abyss, you can never return. You die.
These poor old people are stuck.
It's
there.
old people
Yeah,
trapped.
this is made in
Just
this
snap a
record, so
femur out
really
and
nice.
surf down on it.
Ugh.
What horrors are we gonna find at the bottom of these stairs now that's been compared to Maiden Abyss? Oy.
All right, let's go. Let's go down these stairs. What kind of roll do we need to roll, Austin? No, I know you got to
They're-
roll on these stairs.
They're just stairs. You're okay. If
You sure?
if they were iced over, if you were actively being harried by a swarm of Spiro as vengeance for what you did, then you need to roll. But I think you're okay. So yeah, the stairs are long. It probably takes you a minute or two to get
Okay.
down.
Should we make them roll to see how many days it takes for the ascent or the
Oh,
descent?
Lord.
Yeah, the less athletic if you, like, by the end, feeling it a little. But you went down the stairs, not up the stairs. The return trip will be far worse.
Mako with his pathetic or whatever rank one in acrobatics is just. Wait, no, I have 3 in athletics.
All right.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say.
so chill at the bottom of
I
the
was gonna
stairs
say,
for
like,
just a
couch
sec.
potato.
I need to bring it because like I'm going in.
I gotta go in the building.
I'm
Amber,
gonna.
did you get a-
You can't see everything that I can see. So let me. Oh, actually, I need to adjust the user roll 20 as well. Do that really quick.
Do you see what I see?
So while he's doing that, actually, Mako will waddle over to Amber. I'm afraid to touch anything in this period of transition, but so did you
What?
buy one?
Yeah, they're still acclimating to the death of the phone.
Oh.
No,
Oh,
no,
I see, I see,
thought
I
you were
see.
changing the map. I didn't want to.
Oh no, we're not. Oh, we're not changing the map. We're just showing you new tokens.
Oh, okay.
The map is so enormous that I never have to change it.
Nice.
Yeah, I got
Once
one.
again-
It's green and blue and got well, you can look at it actually and probably see. And I show it to him.
Is it a nest ball or a quick ball?
It's a nest ball, or I thought it was a net ball specifically.
Net ball, rather. Yeah.
Net.
Oh.
Yep.
Mako is gonna like.
Salvage.
Yeah. Like? Are you letting him hold it?
Well, if you promise to be careful with it, I mean, Elaine is already really bad at dropping things, so you might be too. So.
I don't have to hold it. It's fine. I've seen my sisters talked about these before. They're really cool. I've actually kind of wanted to have one for a while. I'm excited you were able to get one.
Yeah. So netballs are really
Well-
cool because this is a TTU. I can kind of explain some of like how the function might actually work. So netballs are this blue Pokeball with some rather strange looking kind of blackish segmentations on the top. Kind of wrapping around at a weird angle. Maka, I would say because of your relation, and as well as kind of where you grew up right on the coast, you're aware of netballs, and they're essentially when you throw them, they have a sensor that spreads out and entraps Pokemon in water and specifically like small silhouetted individuals like bugs. Yeah, it's a pretty cool one. It's better against water and bug types. It has a slightly different heft to a normal Pokeball, but you're just slowly getting used to it. A little bit heavier.
I am eventually trying to get to where I can craft even specialty balls, and so just for canon's sake, Mako will like if she will hand it over, he will like hold it and kind of inspect it and whatnot. I'm actually playing with mine IRL now. Just like turn it around, kind of open it a little bit, and just like familiarize himself with it because before too long he hopes to be able to make them.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I'll
well,
just start nerding out on Amber about, see, this opens like this, and you hit this, and this is why this works like that, and just
Totally.
like all the technical details, just word soup.
Yeah. So Pokeballs are a really fascinating subject. We haven't really talked about them yet. So the inside of a Pokeball is really interesting. It looks like almost like gray plastic, and then there are these various kind of opaque, almost reflective, like black surfaces within them. Which is designed to kind of contain and control this light-based energy that Pokemon are transformed into when inside of a Pokeball. You've heard a college professor, one of your sister's peers, discuss it as a series of mirrors designed to contiguously bounce that energy about such that it never stagnates, and so that it can be released at a moment's notice.
I will butcher the explanation.
Totally, yeah.
But I will spew like just an amalgamation of like the 5 lessons that I sat in on
Yeah.
where my headphones died and
Totally.
Okay, interesting. I'm going to roll something.
Okay.
Oh, okay. After roughly 10 seconds, my eyes glaze over.
Nice. Yeah, Amber, you're kind of excited about this new purchase of yours, so you managed to kind of direct your attention for a while, and then it just starts to sound like every other scientist / smart person that you've ever met in your life, talking to you in ways that you would understand because you were never educated in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Alright. So, new face you see. So as you guys were descending, you saw this kind of tower-like structure right here. This is probably 3 or 4 stories tall. Very traditional-looking architecture. Again, sort of has this wooden tile roof, and then the walls appear to be either wooden or kind of like this, almost like paper mache, very Japanese, of course. This definitely is like kind of a spiritual place of some kind. You're not exactly sure. There appears to be an old woman. I didn't have an asset for this, but she's sitting on a little bench, more of like a rocking chair actually outside of the tower right here. And yeah, she's just chilling there.
This lady?
She's smoking a pipe. She definitely has some attire that is more reminiscent of like a religious or spiritual figure, more like almost like kimono or priest-like garb.
Am I able to identify the religion she is representing?
Sure. Why don't you roll me occult or general education?
Okay. It's a 16.
That's
Snap, dog.
That's
Very good.
pretty good. Yeah. You instantly identify this woman. She appears to be a servant of the Lord of Seas. And it all starts to kind of come back with that 16. You didn't go to see the statue, but you know that there is a particular legendary bird-like creature, which has been cited several times in history, a couple of times in fairly recent history, actually, especially in Johto. A creature called Lugia. You know most of what you as a person would know. Lugia is essentially this kind of guardian deity of the seas. It brings to heel the other legendary birds, whose names aren't immediately springing to mind, but you know they're kind of like their rough elements, fire, electricity, ice. And Lugia is sort of a patron deity of clear, peaceful waters that flow into the seas themselves. Specifically peaceful seas. Its dominion doesn't quite extend to the point of like storms and stuff. That's more the domain of certain other kaiju. But yeah, this is a priestess of Lugia. She's here chilling out, smoking some pot, something. The functionality of the functionality of a priestess of Lugia is usually to put to rest restless spirits that have died in or near water. It seems like
it's weird that they have a temple for peaceful waters to be next to a river of rage.
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of by its nature not particularly peaceful, isn't it? Yeah. You know that from a couple glances. You kind of see Elaine like squinting over your shoulder, Vigo.
I don't know if he came back.
What
Oh wait,
am
yeah,
I
he's
being
typing.
called to do?
No, you're. I was
looking over your shoulder.
here looking over your shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Aside from that, you see a couple trees here. You see a pillar of smoke extending up into the skyline here. Probably a campfire. You can't see who's near it. You see beyond that what appears to be like a ranger tower. In Vico, you can kind of see between the trees what appears to be kind of like the green instantly recognizable garb of a Pokemon Ranger over here. I'll actually move that for the viewers to see down there. Appears to be looking out over the river. All right, what's it gonna be, friends?
Does anybody have a flashlight?
Elaine like ruffles through her bag. I have one.
Can I see it? I won't drop it. I'm not like you.
Immediately pulls it back to her chest. No, never mind.
No.
I think I'm going to hold the flashlight in my own hands. Where do you want to go?
Okay, well, can you shine it in the bush for me?
I really hope she
Elaine
dropped the
begrudgingly
flashlight.
and points it at the bush.
Elaine, not Elaine, sorry. Amber runs over to the bush and then just like tries to part the bushes and then just stick her head in there and looks around for bug Pokemon.
Sure.
Can a little bit to the left.
Sure, I want you to
trying to listen to her instructions through the leaves.
roll me a perception check, Amber.
Everyone still
Listen,
stands in my way.
Oh, that was okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry? Launches himself at Elaine. All right. Going into the bushes, you kind of weeding through. You disturb an ant pile, like just normal ants. You're like, oh, Pokemon, and then you're like, wait. Nothing back here. It would seem. This would be potentially a decent place for like some grass types or maybe bug type Pokemon, but nothing that you can obviously see. But you also know that these kinds of Pokemon tend to have pretty good natural camouflage and are good at hiding. They have a lot of natural predators like bird types, flying types, and that kind of thing. Like that Oddish.
Just wait 1 or 2 more generations.
That Oddish, that was a bush until you walked over and intimidated it. Yeah, exactly.
That's right. You can't hide forever, I'm gonna catch you.
Amber,
All right,
I
I'm
don't
done
think
now.
there's any bugs.
Done now. After 3 minutes of wading through the foliage, getting pricked by some shrubbery, Amber looks up and declares to everyone, "All right, I'm done now."
Her attention span is not very strong.
Yeah.
Bored now.
Walking out with jeans that are slightly more ripped than they were before, you waddle over. Okay, the boys are launching themselves through the tree line and into the campsite.
Fire. I want to look at the fire.
Oh, look at that. I want a glass of water. I want the water. Give me the water.
Nico doesn't know what fire is.
Okay. Sure. We'll say Elaine and Amber, take a little bit to get out of the bushes, and then the boys already moved on to other more interesting things. They see fire and smell fire, and it smells very good because wood fires smell delightful.
They do.
Boys like fire.
Boys
I
like
like
fire.
fire.
Girls like fire
Hit
too.
it with a stick.
Amen.
Sure. You round
Interaction right there.
you round the bend. And here kind of a low conversation happening between a couple of individuals. You see 3 people actually. Closest to you, you see a young man with kind of a white and orange jacket, some khakis on, a little Pokemon ball, a Pokeball beanie on, kind of like the silhouette of the league symbol. Blonde hair. He's probably 12 or 13.
Wait. Where's the icons? I don't see them.
I'm describing them first so that you get your first impressions from me, and then I'll reveal the tokens.
No way.
To the left of that, you see what appears to be a very grown adult man in a suit coat. You see a kind of like a silver-looking briefcase sitting on the grass next to him. He got black hair, a nice 5 o'clock shadow, red tie. Looking very out of place here in this park. And then across from you, kind of opposite the boy sitting down, closest to you, you see a young lady who dressing very sporty, another jacket, khakis. She's got almost like a handbag or something kind of strapped from one shoulder across. Big boots, pair of sunglasses atop her relatively kind of short brownish hair. And I'll go and show you some tokens here. Yeah, as you walk into the clearing, you see the conversation what was happening between this guy and this guy, and kind of abruptly stops when they see you walk over into the clearing. The blonde looks over and just kind of waves. Yeah, what's up? Is that a Psyduck?
Yeah.
I found a boulder for it.
What?
I fought a boulder. I wrestled the boulder.
Huh? Did it fight back?
I don't know, but I hurt the Psyduck.
Huh. It kind of like this slightly bemused look as like he's like totally thrown off his mental track. Well,
Vigo.
we got a fire. Do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, we were walking through the woods, and
I'm gonna gently guide Vigo closer.
Yeah, sure.
Have an invitation.
Yeah, sure. You.
slowly moving closer as Vigo's telling the epic tale of that one time he fought a boulder.
You get closer to the fire than anybody else, just hogging it.
Yeah, he's probably gonna touch it if nobody stops him.
Yes,
Probably absent-mindedly as he's talking about his grand adventures.
Totally.
I got
Yeah.
disconnected for a second.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, Vigo goes on, tells this epic tale as they walked through the woods and came upon this terrifying creature that the Psyduck was fighting. The description is nothing like you remember this course of events happening. But yeah, eventually this results in Vigo wrestling the boulder and pushing it into the river, which you know for a fact did not happen.
Let's just separate these tokens so we can actually see the different actors here. Yeah, he says, huh. Never heard of Psyducks being up that river. You, Mr. Ike? Well, I wouldn't know. But it's a water type. I suppose it's possible. The older man reaches over with like an open hand. There. Pats the Psyduck. Zai? Yeah, like closes his beak on Ike's hand. Ow! That really hurt. Slowly withdraws and just drags Psyduck across the grass.
I'll grab him and
Yeah.
try and pull him away.
Yeah, there's this.
Sorry, he's mad because I wouldn't let him jump into the waterfall.
There's this brief tug of war where Psyduck is just lashed onto this man's entire hand, and you're just like grabbing him by his little webbed feet and just trying to haul him away slowly enough that you don't damage anything.
Dynamo just trying to stay on my shoulder all the while.
Totally.
This is why I love Psyduck so much.
Just Tristan, you don't know his name yet. This guy walks over. He's like, let me. He helps you. I found when in doubt, it helps to. He leans down and grabs kind of like the middle section of Psyduck where his stomach is, and just like weirdly gently rubs it. And Psyduck immediately lets go. is tickled as you drag Psyduck back. As Psyduck remembers his bloodthirst and shoots Mr. Ike an evil look.
Why is he bloodthirsty? He's just desperate. What's going on with this Pokemon?
Doesn't like being pat on the head. He has headaches, Christine!
Blood.
He does not like to be condescended to. What was that?
So, who are you guys? The girl across the fire is sitting there. She has a camera in her hand, and
We're in the
she
Pokemon League. Oh,
she
sorry, I
she
thought you
you're good, you're good. She has a camera in her hand, I think digital, and she just took a photo of the Psyduck inhaling Mr. Ike's hand.
Perfect.
Any press is good press.
That's right.
Oh, you have a camera. Can you fix my phone? Oh, I'm Mako, by the way.
Mako. She takes another picture. Seems to whine something and then slowly puts the camera down. Sorry, I don't really know a lot about phones. I have one though, if you need to make a call, I guess. I'm Nina. She waves a little bit. The distance is a little bit too awkward for a handshake. The kid next to you offers you his hand. Tristan.
I'll shake it. Nice to meet you.
Offers it to Vigo as well. He turns around.
is currently engrossed in poking the fire with a stick, but notices the hands and gives a firm handshake.
What's your name, big guy?
Vigo. I'm from what's it called? I'm from Mistral City, and I'm in the Pokemon League.
Yeah, me too.
Mistral. Thou would explain why you're a little overdressed. Though not too much unlike Mr. Ike over there. I am the pinnacle of fashion. Adjusts his tie. We're in the league too. In fact, you're the first other people we've met who are in the league. Is this your whole team? Just you two?
No, we got two more, but they're over there talking to somebody, I think.
Okay. Well, plenty of room around the fire. We'll bounce back to Elaine and Amber here as another social encounter going down between an old lady. As you approach, the heady smell of whatever bit of weed or leaf she is burning kind of enters your nostrils. Very familiar to you, Elaine. You've experienced a lot of secondhand smoke in your life, for better or worse. And this is not much different. Yeah.
With their addictions.
Am I familiar with what's going on?
Familiar with what specifically? Sorry.
What is she doing? The whole like smoking thing.
Sure. Let me see. Let me see if there would be a relevant check for this. Real quick. Medicine education, which I think is actually better for you because you're from Precipity.
Maybe. I rolled 2d6 and got a 9.
Decent. Yep. This is one of those luxuries people from the heartlands of Animos call stimulants, if you remember the word right.
Stimulants. Interesting.
This is something that can be smoked. Sometimes it is eaten or sniffed. You were told by your kind of foster family that don't do stimulants. It's bad for you, and they're also expensive.
The depressants, on the other hand.
Okay. Amber is gonna be okay. Well, Elaine, if you want to lead the conversation, you can. Otherwise, I'm gonna make things awkward quickly.
Oh dear. Yeah, you just see like Elaine sort of like for a second pinch her nose, and she's like, ugh. And then she remembers she needs to be respectful because she's standing in front of a temple. So she'll wave and be like, "Hello? Are you here to serve the Lord of the Sea?"
As you get closer and finally speak up, the old woman's head turns towards you, and you realize with a start that her eyes are kind of like this glazed over, pale color. You think she's blind.
Oh.
Who's that? Naima?
Oh, no, my name's Elaine.
She takes a second and smokes a little bit. Don't know you.
Well, I suppose you wouldn't know me because we just met. So why are you just sitting here in front of the shrine?
Takes another second. You don't get the impression this woman is particularly rushed. Served at this shrine for 15 years. Just getting up and sitting outside is about all I can muster now.
What is your primary role in serving the shrine?
I walk around and be old.
That doesn't sound very fun.
There's no chanting, no
Says a-
talismans.
She points her pipe at in the kind of the direction of your voice, Amber. It's not.
Why are you doing that? Isn't that bad for you?
What, being old? Yes.
No, you're doing that rich people thing with the stick.
This?
That's in your mouth.
She twirls it expertly between her fingers, the hands of someone who has held a pipe for far too long. I wouldn't call it a rich person thing. She kind of snorts a little bit. But no, it's not good for you. But at this point, you only have so much to lose. Might as well.
Can't argue with that, honestly.
A little bit mortified, but it's fine.
Yeah, Elaine can only blink multiple times in this scenario. She doesn't really know what to do with this fatalistic thinking in front of her. What was the name you called me earlier? Is she supposed to be the other woman that works here?
Naima. Little girl. Probably about your age, judging by your voice. Though you never know these days. Sticking lollies. Smokes her pipe.
Am I allowed inside?
Knock yourself out. No lights in there. Don't need them.
So yeah, you just see Elaine just sort of give up on the grumpy old lady at this point.
Better not drop your flashlight. There's no lights in there.
Elaine just shoots a look over her shoulder and she's like, "Thanks for the advice, Amber." And then opens the door.
For the record, there's no like sarcasm in Amber's voice when she says this. Like she's just like she genuinely means this.
Right. But Elaine's taking it personally because she still feels bad about this.
No, as you should. But I just want to clarify what kind of character that I'm playing.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Doesn't understand
Yeah.
the nuances of social interactions.
The old lady snorts. It seems she overheard a bit of what was happening over in the bushes earlier. I like you, little girl. Sit here with me.
I don't think I want to. That smells bad.
She snorts again. You think the closest this old lady can get to laughing. Fair enough. I don't think I would want to sit with me either. All right, you go into the shrine. It is dark and musty. You know, a lot of these towers are kind of built in a similar way. There is a particular structure in northern Johto, actually, geographically not too far from where you are currently, a place called Ekritique City. Ekritique City is home to a very large tower structure, which has long kind of been used to approach the legendary birds, give them offerings, that kind of thing. All of the bird shrines are these kind of large pagoda tower-like structures with one central pillar in the middle. You know that at the top, at the top is normally where like sacrifices and appeasements are kind of made. Though this one doesn't appear to be open-topped like the original tower is.
Oh, bummer.
But she can go.
I was hoping I would
up
get to catch Rayquaza, but
But she can go up top and actually like pay her respects in a way.
Yeah, you can if you like.
Yeah, I think that'd be something Elaine.
are there giant holes in the floor in this one?
No, there aren't any obvious giant holes in the floor. There's a fair bit of creaking, but you don't notice any obvious deformities of the architecture. It's all just kind of musty. Like, it obviously isn't cleaned very well. It appears this old woman is the only one to really do this, but it's not as dirty as you might expect. It's obvious that it receives some upkeep, just not constant upkeep.
She waits for the dust to muffle the sound, probably.
Amber would like try and reach out and grab Elaine's hand and be like, "Why would anyone want to be in here?"
Because it's sacred. And don't shout.
I'm sorry. It's just gross. There's so much dust and
You see
I don't know.
You see a spider web in the corner, and it like immediately change your tune. Like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Wait, can you shine your flashlight over there? Elaine. And then she's gonna like poke you a lot.
She starts flailing her flashlight everywhere.
No. In the corner. I saw a spider web. I promise. It's over there. Just point it in that direction.
You can see like Elaine just sort of have PTSD from when she got attacked by the
Yeah.
arachnid Pokemon.
With Amber kind of like jostling your arm and like the spookiness you're feeling right now, go roll into the other acrobatics check.
Oh, that was actually pretty good. But
At the
yeah.
highest.
that is actually pretty tough for you though.
One sec, I need to see it here. Just a sec.
It was
By
a
the way,
five.
this
Oh,
is-
5. Yeah, totally. You don't lose grip of the flashlight. However, it's jostled enough that one of the batteries in the pommels, you think, get knocked out, and then suddenly it flickers and goes out.
Is the door behind us still open?
No, it's shut.
Oh no, it's shut.
Yeah, you just see as soon as the light goes out, you just hear Elaine let out a real like this. I can't scream because my microphone doesn't pick it up, but yeah, she lets out a shrill scream as well.
I am literally clinging onto you for dear life. Oh my goodness, Robin, please save me! I like scramble to like get my bag open or something and like try it, just start throwing Pokeballs out.
Accidentally wastes the netball, catching nothing.
Oh, have mercy, no, please.
I imagine we have
Sure.
our like party Pokemon.
I need an electric Pokemon to light this area up, and I just realized that my electric Pokemon has no electric type moves, so I have to do that.
That's why you need the eel.
So
Oh,
Elaine's
wait,
gonna
no,
try
he
her
doesn't
best
need
to
it.
try and find the battery that fell out into the floor.
Sure. Yeah, I want you to go ahead and roll me just a perception check. Let me get some slightly quieter music here, shall I?
I forgot you weren't in a dorm anymore, Caleb. That was great.
That was a glorious scream. I want you to explain that to your roommates.
Oh well, he knows that he knows what I'm doing, so and he knows I'm playing a tiny little girl, so it might not be that hard. I'm actually getting him into Pathfinder on Monday.
Ooh.
Excellent.
I got Wrath of the Righteous, so I can start practicing. Although it may be 1E, so we'll
So,
see how.
I say getting him into Pathfinder like I've ever played before, but I haven't either. But into TTRPGs.
Totally.
Second edition is very fun.
You begin to kind of rifle across these kind of old rickety boards with your perception check, You hate to imagine it, but there are enough gaps that the battery may have slipped through the cracks. Which would, of course, be the worst possible situation. You don't like to think of the worst possible situation, especially with this girl who continues to undermine your dexterous ability, even if she's right.
Yeah, you just hear a little bit. No, 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 no! Find it, find it! Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
What's wrong? What's wrong?
I can't find the battery.
Okay.
Oh no, we're gonna die!
Now I want you to roll me an occult check.
Me?
Yeah.
Now Amber, as she finds religion for the first
She
time.
does. Nice.
If there's a god, help us get out of here!
I'm too young.
Sure. You see a very dull glow.
Oh, that is gonna scare me so
It's this very pale blue light illuminating the stairs
It's a ghost! It's a ghost! It's a ghost!
that go up the
Have
tower.
I managed to get a Pokemon out yet?
Sure. Yeah, you throw out Grubbin. You get a very brief, fairly self-contained reddish light just where the Grubbin spawns. And then you just see a pair of very slightly luminescent pair of bug eyes staring at you cutely in the darkness. Grub.
I go over and pick him up and use his eyes like an extremely dim flashlight.
They really do function like a very dim flashlight, which is to say, essentially useless. But it does comfort you, as you now have a very squished Grubbin clenched to your chest.
Poor Grubbin.
Grub.
Ample, if we die, I love you.
If we don't die, you're on your own, kid.
Grubbin turns to look at you for like a full beat, and then looks forward, and looks back at you. Grub.
That's all I needed. Alright, we're gonna catch that thing, right? It's literally... right? Totally.
It's a ghost! It's a ghost! It's a ghost! It's a ghost! It's a ghost!
I guess we did.
What is it, Austin? What is it?
It's just a pale light illuminating the stairs. It's the only thing you can see in the darkness.
Can she... Is there any way she can try one more time for the battery with the pale light?
No.
Like Instant Crush.
No,
Okay,
you
fine.
failed your perception check. The battery is lost to the darkness.
I really...
Yeah, you'll have Elaine just be like, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. And she like goes up to the stairs.
Yeah,
I will be, like, clutching on to you, so there's no way you're walking over there without me.
totally.
But definitely in the same way that, like, the spider webs, like, piqued my curiosity and I got over the, like, kind of icky nature of it. Same with the, like, the ghost. It's kind of piqued Amber's curiosity, and she's definitely, like, more interested in catching this thing than she was afraid of dying a second ago.
Okay. You slowly, almost like half crawl up the stairs, because they're a little steep enough, so the lighting isn't perfect. You kind of have to catch yourself a couple times. The creaking of the wooden boards beneath you as you ascend. The light appears to be a little bit brighter up here on the second level. You get the impression this is where the old lady probably sleeps. You kind of feel around and you detect something kind of soft, probably a very small little kind of pallet laid out to sleep on, and some basic kind of amenities. You see a small cooking set, that kind of thing. Up the other side of the room, the light grows brighter further up the stairs.
You want me to keep climbing? And you just have Elaine just sort of like slowly go up the stairs somewhere.
I'm using you as a shield, by the way, in case that wasn't obvious.
Yeah, glued to you, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
Elaine's still pushing through her fears.
I'm gonna assume that Elaine probably can't throw a Pokeball very accurately and try and get a Pokeball out of my bag while we're doing this.
That's probably a fair assessment. All right. Yeah. What Pokeball do you have? Do you have your cool netball, or are you just running a normal?
No,
Pokeball?
I'm just gonna use a normal one.
Yeah.
I'm saving the netball for like a really cool bug type.
Okay. You walk up the stairs. Slowly but surely, the light growing brighter and brighter and brighter until you reach the top. Save for the stairs, there is no indentation in this this level. There is no furniture that you can see, which is now pretty decent lighting. There is only the pillar in the center, which is carved in the likeness of the statue you saw outside. The one Elaine correctly identified as the Pokemon Lugia. It glows ever so lightly, kind of along the pillar, but its eyes are what really catch your attention. They glow this blue, pale light that is filling up the room. You swear that you can hear the sound of distant waves crashing. And the sounds of rage falls outside, which should be the most dominant sound in your periphery, is not audible. It is only you and Amber in this pillar, carved into the fashion of a legendary Pokemon.
What do I need to roll?
What do you want to accomplish?
I don't. Oh, what's going on with this pillar? Why is it glowing at me?
Is it inside the statue?
So you want to?
Hey, little dude, wanna come say hi? We're friendly. You don't have to be all creepy like that.
Amber. Amber.
What?
Don't be disrespectful.
I'm not.
That's the Lord of the Sea. Shh.
I thought it was just a ghost type Pokemon.
We don't know that yet.
I'm sorry, God. I didn't mean it.
Yeah, your pleas for forgiveness, if they are heard, are not acknowledged in any way.
So Elaine's just gonna look at this thing for a second more. Does anything happen? Is it just glowing at us?
Yeah, it appears to just be, it's fairly steady. It's just illumination emitting from this thing's eyes. You can roll some kind of check of your choice to try and get a vibe. But otherwise, yeah, it's just a thing.
I would like to roll intuition.
Well, I also have an intuition that's pretty high, but if you're gonna roll
Oh.
intuition, I'll get a cult.
Okay, well, mine's 3.
Mine's a 4.
Okay, well, I have poor occult, so it might be better for you to do a 4 on occult and for me to do a 3 on intuition.
Right.
I only have like 2.
We'll do that.
Sounds good.
Oof. Oh! That's crazy.
Pretty good. So Amber, as you look at this thing, it's again fashioned into the shape of this kind of interesting looking, almost bird-like creature. It has these large outstretched wings, whose points come to almost something resembling fingers, and they're tapered inwards, in this almost like bird, flapping kind of motion. With your 7, you get the weird impression that it's like it's coming in for a big ol' hug.
Aww. Elaine,
dear.
I think it wants a hug.
What does my roll tell me?
Yes, you're 17 in occult. Yeah, you determine this is definitely a very irregular occurrence indeed. This is some kind of spiritual sign. The fact that you are here witnessing this thing right now means something. And you need to try and interface with this pillar somehow. Nothing really like intuitively comes to mind. Touch might be a good place to start. You don't think this means anything necessarily insidious, and you don't think any ghost Pokemon are necessarily afoot here, because this place, while pretty run down, is still kind of loaded with incense and warding symbols. Ghost Pokemon probably wouldn't be able to get inside of this structure.
So, with Amber's insight on like it coming in for a hug, and the idea that she needs to interface with this thing, she'll go up. First, she'll like gently remove Amber off of her shirt, and then like go up to the Lugia statue and sort of like make both of her hands into like this cupping motion, and she's gonna like put her hands up into like the Lugia face and sort of like cup its face.
Are you gonna kiss it?
Sure.
Amber!
The moment you make connection, you don't hear Amber's next words.
Oh,
Amber, you instantly feel Elaine stiffen right next to you, and you glance over at her, and for a second, you see her eyes glow with the same blue radiance originating from Lugia. And then it's over. All light goes out,
What?
and magically, seemingly, various bits of candle and illumination are lit throughout the rest of the structure. What happened in those moments, I will now describe.
Oh, okay.
In the span of a couple of seconds, which feel much longer to Elaine, you see what looks to be a great flaming rock sailing through the darkness and then impacting. All was dark, and then from this meteorite's impact, all color springs forth. It's beautiful. You see springing up from around these colors, or rather the colors themselves resolving into different silhouettes. The greens become the seeds of trees and grass. The reds, great flame seated beneath the greens in the depths. The blues wash out over great vastness and become oceans. You realize in a sort of flash of occult epiphany that you're witnessing some sort of creation story. Amidst all of this, zooming further and further out, you begin to see little bits of flame encroaching upon the green. You see figures dancing upon the savannas in some kind of dance that you realize soon enough is no dance at all, but rather bloody warfare. They fall down and stop moving. Again and again, the tiny silhouettes pile up. The seas try to wash it away, but they can't. You glance back to that great impact, that crater, and from it spring two more colors. A deep silver laced with red, and one that is deep and green It reminds you of a rainy day. They flood in spiral around the Great Mound. And then you come to. You get the impression you just saw something significant, but you don't know how. As Amber's last words ring in your ears, you're just kind of barely aware of it, but you're also in shock. As you now stand in a well-lit candlelit room with, incense kind of burning your nostrils, looking at an utterly inert pillar of Lugia.
Amber is clutching her grubbin, and she's like kind of pointing him towards you like a gun.
Yeah.
Did you get possessed?
Yeah. While the light took place,
Is there a ghost inside of you?
while you were possessed, Grub just like, Grub!
Yeah, Elaine just sort of still feeling a little numb and in shock from the experience. She sort of like wiggles her fingers to see if she's like back in this realm of existence. She goes, "No, I'm not. I was not possessed."
How do I know you're telling the truth?
I saw you pick your nose over at the Goldenrod City, okay?
So offended.
I would never! You're lying!
I also saw you ate all the candy bars.
No!
Therefore,
If you tell anyone, I'll have to kill you!
All right.
Possessed girl.
Alright, you're not. No, you're not.
think
You're
so?
not.
All right.
But then why did your eyes light up like that?
We pan back to the boys sitting around the campfire.
Oh, I guess I'd never get to answer a question.
As you hear in the distance what sounds like high-pitched female shrieking.
Well,
I
obviously,
bet
there's
Elaine
adventure
dropped the
being
flashlight.
had.
What'd you
Yeah,
say? It was Elaine what?
I'll turn to we'll hear the shriek, and then I'll turn back to our new friends and be like, "Oh, I'll bet Elaine dropped her flashlight, like Amber said,"
Aww.
and just not elaborate without prompting.
You see.
Tristan looks over there. Do you think they'll be okay? Kind of glances over your shoulder.
Well, I'm usually the one that kills Pokemon, so as long as I'm away from them, the Pokemon should be safe.
Vigo just runs.
Vigo's sprinting towards the impending adventure.
Mako
He's
knows the
prepared.
true adventures, the friends I made along the way.
Nina kind of raises her hand. Excuse me, did you say you kill Pokemon? as Vico is just blasting off.
Well, I guess I didn't confirm if I killed it, but no, actually, I guess the fact that Vigo didn't put it in his bag means it's probably still alive. So no, I think I just knocked it out. I throw Pokeballs really hard.
Oh, okay. That's a figure of speech then. Okay. You may want to, dial that particular turn of phrase in. Especially when we're near our friendly neighborhood ranger Freddy over there. She kind of leans in the direction of the Pokemon ranger, kind of sitting over here on the shoreline. That's sort of their job to stop that from happening.
Oh, well, in that case, hello, I didn't kill any Pokemon.
If he can hear you, he doesn't acknowledge you. The rushing of water might be too loud. Nina is obviously trying to hide a laugh as you attempt to apologize to the distant ranger. As Mr. X says, truly though, do you think they're all right? That sounded quite alarmed. As Vigo, you run up to the door. The old woman's still smoking her pipe. Oh, good. I was hoping someone would come check on them.
Well, maybe
are they in the building?
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Alright,
I told them it was dark.
Is running in the door.
Sure. Sure, you
notices it's dark, probably trips over something immediately.
Sure, you open the door and find it to be well lit inside.
Oh, never mind.
You hear Amber and Elaine
This isn't dark at all.
seemingly discussing something of note upstairs.
Alright, well, we need to go upstairs now. They screamed. There's something cool happening.
Yeah, totally. You run up the stairs, they creak under your weight. And then you see them kind of standing in somewhat shock, like avidly discussing something in front of this kind of carved Lugia pillar.
Runs up the stairs, Frigibax in hand, ready to throw. Where is it? What are we fighting?
We're not fighting anything.
Free war! He's like he's striking a karate pose.
Why'd you scream? I thought we were fighting something.
I screamed because it got dark.
It does seem dark right now. Did you light all the candles?
No, it's the craziest thing, okay? I thought there was a ghost Pokemon because it was just like glowing in here because Elaine dropped her flashlight and so then she dropped the batteries and then it was dark and then there was this little glowing thing and we followed up the stairs and then we went up the stairs and
I would have
there was
dropped the
this.
batteries if somebody wasn't wailing on my arm the entire time.
Well, I'm sorry that you can't just keep your hand closed and maybe not drop the batteries next time.
I'm sorry, you're obsessed with spider Pokemon, which are creepy.
Mako, are you walking into the tower too?
Creepy.
Yes.
The old lady says, "My, Lugia, very popular today." Takes another swig from her. As Mako, you walk in and your shoe knocks something that slowly rolls across the wooden boards. It looks to be like a AA battery.
I'll pick it up.
Yep.
So anyways, Elaine tried to kiss the statue, but then when she tried to kiss
I did
it,
not try to kiss the statue.
then why did you grab its face like that?
Because there's nowhere else to touch it.
Viga,
You
you look
give it a hug.
Viga, you look at the very exposed like high five wings as your Frigibax gives a little high five. Free.
See, just like that. But then when she tried to kiss it,
I did
her
not try
eyes turned blue, and the statue was glowing. Its eyes were blue too, and they were both blue. And then everything was like all the fire started, all the candles lit up, and now it's bright in here. And she claims that she didn't get possessed, but I'm still not sure.
I'm not
That sounds
possessed,
spooky.
And I did not kiss the statue.
So there's not any ghosts in here?
No.
Oh, okay. Goes back downstairs.
Viga leaves. Free. Very sad.
Does
As he
Mako at least
passes-
come upstairs?
Yeah, you pass Mako
if-
for sure.
If Vigo is coming down as Mako's going up, I'll be like, "So no ghost?"
No ghosts.
Okay, and then I'll fall in.
My battery.
Which technically, if it was on the bottom floor, you don't know I have it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think they dropped their flashlight and lit some candles. I don't know. I'm confused. Something with a statue?
Elaine just sort of flumps at this part.
All right. Elaine and Amber, do you descend and exit the tower with the rest of your friends?
Is there anything else in this top part besides the statue and the candles?
Roll my perception check.
I'm bad at those.
Run me one of those perception checks.
I don't.
Hey.
It's all right. That's all right.
I give you an 8. What do you want from me?
Yeah, you don't see anything of particular note aside from the statue. There's a very small area where you could like leave incense, like a tiny little bowl at the base of the pillar, and that's actually weirdly enough already burning.
When we walk back downstairs, I want to investigate the spider web.
Yeah, totally.
And Elaine's gonna try and see if she can't use the candlelight to find the battery.
So real quick, because we're at around midnight.
Yep,
do
I was
we
about to ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Starting to fade I can go for another hour if need be.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and say you guys exit the tower. We can decide whether the battery was given to you or not in a minute.
Oh no, Mako pocketed it. I have.
He pirated it.
Yes.
Pirated it?
exactly.
Oh.
Pirated it.
I mean, in a sense, yes.
Yeah. You know, he just like absent-mindedly picked it up.
It's like a penny, you know.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna. You'll see it again. I don't want to overhype this little moment when we're around the campfire, but like.
Totally. So you guys have exited the tower of Lugia here. How are we feeling on time right now? Everybody good? Want to wrap up? Because usually we end right about now, I think.
But to be fair, we
Honestly-
also started very late.
We did.
Yeah. I would love to go longer, but I stayed up till 1 last night prepping my invitation.
Yep.
And I don't have an easy day tomorrow because
Sure,
I've got to
yeah.
do the UH Bible study, so I'd rather go ahead and wrap.
Fair enough.
Okay. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and call it there, I reckon. And we'll get to any encounters with Tristan and his group next time. Probably only one more session at the River of Rage or Rage Falls, and then continue on your epic Pokemon journey down Route 1, I imagine.
Well, there's no fossils here, so.
Not obviously, not accessible to you at the moment. Getting lots of mileage out of this map, though.
Yeah.
All right.
As you should, given the amount of time you spent on it.
This is a
Would have
pretty.
been very sad if we ignored this.
This is a very light session. But I am starting to use the XP system a bit here. So, did you guys note what I gave you last session? I actually gave you some XP last session. Did you guys see that?
I had 2 out of 10 XP, but I was
I have-
also still at level 2.
You have 7 out of 10.
Same, and I'm level 3.
Okay, I think that's right. So I think I gave you 5. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys each 3 more XP just for doing the stuff in the stuff in the tower here. And
Now,
go
does that cap it?
and yeah. So you go up to 10 and then you level up and you go back down to 0.
Let's go.
So
And I'll give each of you one.
Edge.
I'll give each of you one Pokemon level.
So we hit level 4? Question mark.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and we have 0 out of 10 XP for level 4.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
One Pokemon level. I'll make a special text channel just for, I'll call it rewards. Just so we can
that
be
would be delightful.
we can be very clear on the amount of XP you've been assigned. So you should be level 4 with +1 Pokemon level. 2024. This is session 5. Cool. All right. Well, unless you guys have anything else, I'll go ahead and end the recording, and we can do some after session chillins for a little bit. Otherwise, everybody say bye recording.
Bye,
Bye, recording.
Farewell.
Bye bye.